My name is Krista Schneider. I am a technical advisor for the Northeast region with Penn, which is the Pennsylvania Technical Assistance Program with Penn State University. My office falls within the Office of the Senior Vice President for Research, affiliated with the Office of Industry Partnerships. And so my role in the university is to connect businesses and industry with the resources of Penn State. And so I am very happy to be here today to be your session introductory speaker and introduce Dr. Jones and Kate Zimmerman. Dr. Patrick Jones is a professor of music and chancellor of Penn State Schuylkill, not Hazleton, Penn State Schuylkill. He said, unless you don't like his presentation, then it's Penn State Hazleton. During his tenure, he has overseen the addition of degree programs in areas of great demand, such as nursing, cybersecurity, information technology, as well as upgrades to the campus's physical plant, and new laboratories for chemistry, nursing, radiological sciences, a learning center, technology, and equipment upgrades to both classrooms and student recreation facilities across campus. He's also overseen an addition to the administration building that makes it fully accessible. And of particular interest to this audience, under his leadership, the campus has developed and launched the Penn State Schuylkill Co-op in the fall of 2020. And you'll learn more about that in a minute. Kate Zimmerman is responsible for the leadership, administration, and management of the Penn State Schuylkill Co-op. She works closely with other departments in the Career Development Center, university-wide career services, faculty, staff, and employers to strengthen relationships. She oversees the career services team, as well as the student workers, and represents the campus at many events. She's the co-leader of the Career Development Professionals Conference Planning Team at Penn State, as well as a member of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Prior to joining the team at Penn State Schuylkill, Kate was a music teacher at the Pottsville Area School District for nearly 8 years, and she has a Bachelor of Music from Penn State University, a Master's in Music Education of the University of the Arts, and a K-12 Principal certification through Penn State Harrisburg. And she is currently pursuing her doctor's degree in lifelong learning and adult education through Penn State Harrisburg. So with that, I'd like to have you welcome Dr. Jones and Kate Zimmerman. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's great to be here and nice to see so many faces here in person at this conference. Thank you to Dawn and TechBridge for asking Dr. Jones and I to join you today to talk about our program at our campus, Penn State Schuylkill Co-op. So we wanted to tie in this partnership theme and start with a little Penn State trivia. If you saw on the website, we talked about the Ben and Jerry's partnership. So that is because ice cream makers Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, Ben and Jerry's, are 1978 graduates of Penn State Creamery's ice cream making course. So we wanted to have a little fun fact to open our presentation, but truly we're going to be talking about our co-op program, how it was developed, why this is such a need in our area, and how we have developed these partnerships with our campus and employer community. So Dr. Jones is going to give us a little background, and then I'm going to walk you through our co-op program.
Thank you, Kate. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm going to provide just a little bit of context. And while it starts with the public sector, I think it really applies to all of us. A recent survey by Public Agenda, 57% of respondents said that career preparation is the primary goal for public colleges and universities. This is actually consistent with surveys year after year after year, where the majority of Americans responding say the reason to go to college is to get a good job. In 2018, respondents 61% told Pew that higher education was headed in the wrong direction. Of the reasons they gave, the first one was the cost, but the second one is that students are not getting the skills they need to succeed in the workplace. Employers agree. In a recent survey conducted by the American Association of Colleges and Universities, where they asked employers how colleges contribute to the workplace, you see all these various responses, but I'll point you to 1 o'clock, where they raised concern about workplace preparedness. In fact, most employers responding said they don't believe most graduates possess the level of preparedness needed for workforce success. The bright spot is that internships lead the list of things that would make employers more likely to consider hiring a candidate. And student experience supports this. In a 2021 survey by NACE, you can see that students who had an internship were much more likely to be offered a job before graduation. And finally, here in Pennsylvania, our state legislature, and again, while this particular scenario applies just to the 3 state relateds, I think it tells us the tenor or the tone of our elected officials. House Bill 2619 has passed the Pennsylvania House. It is now with the Senate. This bill would take from the three of the state-related universities, Penn State, Temple, and Pitt, between 3 to 10% of our state appropriation away from us and put it into a pool. And we would need to compete with each other for that funding. Among a laundry list of things you expect to see for these performance metrics, graduation rates and retention rates, is also that third bullet, post-graduation employment rates and salaries. So 3 major stakeholders of American higher education: the American public at large, the employers, and our elected officials are telling us what they expect from us is career preparation and workforce readiness of our graduates. With that, we developed and launched Penn State Schuylkill Co-op, and we did a soft launch because it was during the pandemic. This came about from me meeting with employers as I came to Penn State Schuylkill in January 2019, met with employers, doing my listening tour, and heard the same 2 things over and over again. Can't get good people, can't keep good people. I talked about co-op with them, said, would you do this with us? And if you do, you have to pay. Our students can't choose between flipping burgers for money or an unpaid internship in the summers. They can't choose between those 2. So the goal is the students have paid experiences. And with that, we hired Kate Zimmerman. She designed and launched this fabulous program. I'm going to turn it over to Kate to talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. So I'm going to give you a little overview of our program and a timeline of what that student experience looks like, and then how we partner with employers, and we'll end with a video that we just released on National Intern Day at the end of July to highlight our program. So as Dr. Jones said, Penn State Schuylkill Co-op we launched in fall 2020. It truly is cooperative in both senses of the term. This is a venture between Penn State Schuylkill and our employers in our region. And students do get a 6-month internship experience with this program as well. It's a 4-year elective program for our students, so students can opt in at any time. Our goal is to get them right in the first semester, but our students can participate at any time. It's designed for our job-related majors, but all of our other students are eligible to participate if they choose. It blends academics and career and workplace skills with 12 months of work experience through 3 supervised internships supervised by our career services staff. Our clinical supervision model of internships was based on the work of Dr. Lynn Dreyfall, who was a professor at Penn State School of Music, who had a clinical model that really focused on reflection and those discussions between mentors and student teachers, in our case, mentors and interns. So I know this timeline may be a little hard for you to see from where you're sitting, but I'm going to talk you through it, and this is the visual that we have in our brochure that we share with employers and students. This is what the student experience looks like. They come in their first year, and in their first fall semester, they take a 1-credit course. It's called PSU 97. In that course, we build their LinkedIn profiles, connect them with Penn State resources. So we use a platform called Nittany Lion Careers, have students build their resume and cover letter and start those networking opportunities right from the first semester. In the spring semester, they take a 1-credit course called CNED 97, and that really helps them prepare for their summer internship experience. We talk about job searching, practice elevator pitches, mock interviews, dress for success, and all of those skills needed to be successful in their first internship. In the first summer, students have participated in non-credit bearing elective internships, usually 3 months in length, with our staff supervision, similar to a student teaching model. Students come back in year 2, and in year 2 we really focus on soft skill development. In the fall, they take a 1-credit course called CNED 280, and we break down those soft skills week by week, focusing on a new skill and activities each week. And students also complete digital badges in this semester, which we have created through Penn State Digital Badges platform, and students display those badges on their LinkedIn profile to highlight their skills to employers. In the spring of their second year, students take CAS 252, which is a 3-credit course, focuses on business and professional communication skills, and counts for a general education course for our students as well. Their second summer looks very similar to their first summer. They participate in that non-credit bearing 3-month elective internship with our staff supervision. In year 3, if you're familiar with the Penn State model, students are now in their major, so they've declared their major by this point, and the career content that we use for our co-op program is embedded within their major coursework. So Penn State, that's courses like BA 420, CrimJ 290, HPA 390. This is embedded with their academic content at this point. And then in their third summer and fourth fall, this is where we have a 6-month experience for students. So our students are participating in their co-op internship at this point, and students are able to either do 6-month full-time if it works with their schedule, or 3 months full-time in the summer, 3 months part-time in the fall if they still have coursework to complete in the fall. And at this point, students are registered for their credit-bearing internship course in the fall semester. They come back in the spring after this experience and finish up their coursework, ready to graduate, and hopefully they are job ready on day 1 and already have committed to a full-time position. So that's a bit of our timeline. From what we have seen so far, just in the 2 years that since our launch, we see many benefits for students. We see improved academic performance. Our co-op students, their average GPA is 3.4 compared to our campus average of 3.22. We have higher retention rates from spring to fall. You can see that our co-op students, which are the first percentage that you see, are 10 or more points higher than our campus retention rates. So very positive in that direction as well. And while it's premature to have data for our graduation rates and time to post-graduation jobs, we know that research tells us students who participate in co-op programs have those higher graduation rates and shorter time to jobs. We also have many benefits for our employers. We've really made a conscious effort to develop these partnerships with our local and regional employers, and we've built what we call our consortium of co-op employers, which is now 76 members strong. And these aren't just people who have an internship for students in the summer. We engage these partners all year. We build a community. They can share best practices with each other and really build those networking opportunities for them as well. They assist us in developing internship opportunities, give us feedback, and they participate in many on-campus workshops with other employers and with students as well. Our students are doing valuable work for these employers, and our goal for them is to help them build their talent pipeline. They can hire new employees with that real workplace experience. We also have value added for our co-op students. So last year we were able to add another opportunity for our co-op students. We partnered with one of our consortium employers to develop a course called Management 497, where students were able to learn about cultural intelligence in leadership and management. And we partnered with a local co-op employer who has a parent company over in Germany, and we were able to take our students over to Germany during spring break just this past March. We also have a relationship with the Reading Police Academy, where students are able to, during that 6-month internship experience, receive their Act 120 training so that they are job ready upon graduation. And we have seen donor interest in the form of funds for unpaid internships on our campus. That's primarily used for criminal justice and psychology students who may be experiencing internship opportunities that are unpaid. We have a lot of donor support for those co-op students as well. So this is a true partnership. Back to the opening theme for Ben and Jerry's, we call our Penn State School Co-op program a true partnership. It takes everybody's support. We have worked very hard to develop relationships and maintain those relationships with our campus community. Our faculty and staff is very involved in supporting our students through this program. Our student engagement with working with students across different majors and different years of study. We use our students as mentors for younger students and for recruiting purposes, and of course our employers. We could not do it without their support and their engagement and involvement with our students. So you can see a few pictures of some of the activities we've done throughout the year, but I truly can't speak enough about how this has done wonders for our campus community, just building these partnerships with our local employer base. We're going to end with a video that I said in the beginning we just released on National Intern Day on July 28th that really captures the essence of our co-op program. So.
Penn State Schuylkill Co-op is an elective 4-year undergraduate program that connects classroom learning with meaningful workplace experiences. Combined with co-op's career and soft skills training, students graduate with both a diploma and a resume.
My name is Karina Garcia. I am from Houston, Texas, and my major is criminal justice, and I'm a sophomore. I interned at the Houston Police Department as a communications ride-along. I heard about that internship through Kate, which is the director of the co-op program. She was able to hook me up with the internship, get me in contact with HR back home, which is pretty amazing. It did help me write my cover letter, my resume to give to HR, which I thank co-op for. It really did prepare me for that part.
Hi, my name is Karina Ellis. I'm from Minersville, and I'm a senior at Penn State Schuylkill. So I interned at Williamson, Friedberg & Jones, and I interned for Douglas Taglieri, who's the criminal defense lawyer there. So I wasn't sure if criminal defense was really going to be for me, but after experiencing it, I feel like that's exactly what I want to do, or even go to the other side of that and work for the district attorney.
My name is Douglas Taglieri. I'm a partner at the law firm of Williamson, Friedberg & Jones in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. I'm a Penn State alumni, so I jumped at the opportunity to have Corinne join us for the semester. She was able to sit in on many client interviews. You know, when I would be working on a case and she'd be there, I wouldn't just be working on it by myself. And she would often comment or question. She was very engaged and involved in everything. So I think her presence made our work better.
My name is David Hinchy, and I am a freshman at Penn State Schuylkill, and I am from St. Clair, Pennsylvania. I would say that it's very well worth to join Penn State Schuylkill Co-op because it gives an opportunity to show what your real career path could be.
My name is Kim Lorimer. I am with the Evans Network of Companies. My title is Vice President of Training and Development. I'm an alum of Penn State Schuylkill, so I've been working at this company for almost 19 years, and over all the years we've always had interns, part-time students, and a lot of interaction with Penn State Schuylkill. For us, it's a win-win situation because the student is gaining experience and we're gaining the ability to have somebody work within our company that might eventually become a team player. They hear us and what we're looking for with our employees, and if we can get a great employee out of it, which we've had a tremendous amount of great employees from the campus, that's what we're looking to do.
Hello, I'm Dominique Hughes. I'm a third-year corporate communication major with a minor in communication arts and sciences. I feel like my leadership has grown not only through the co-op program, but my involvement on campus. At Independent Dock and Door, I was a business marketing intern. I had the opportunity to basically manage our social media page on Facebook, and while I was there, I created a PDF form that allowed for the information from the technicians in the field to go directly to the personnel in the office.
I am Beth Mensinger. I work at Independent Dock and Door. We're located in Ringtown, Pennsylvania, and I am officially known as the office manager. We did not have a formal internship program. Contacting Penn State and working with the career development and career services really helped us get some foundations in for how we can have an outside perspective on what we can do to become more efficient. And that's something that Dominique just dove right in.
So I know we are about 2 minutes shy of our time, so just we'll leave you with this, our slogan that we like to say for Penn State Schuylkill Co-op: students can graduate with a diploma and a resume. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know we have a minute or so if there are any questions. Sure. Yeah.
Something is in my mind. You mentioned that state legislator and like public official said what we need, like the academy, to make sure that people like get a job. But my question is, as a outside institution, should we get straight direction for people that get their job not because of their preparation? What I'm saying is, most of those public officials don't get the position because they are well prepared, it's because the election. Then they mark the path in how things should go. I don't know if it's not like right, because if you see, they will like discriminate any title in music against engineering, but we need both in the society because one will reach another. And I think should be maybe a more wide vision. If that's one question, and I got another one.
Well, let me answer the first one. I completely agree with you, right? So I'm a professor of music. Kate was a music teacher. We believe completely in a liberal arts background and all kinds of majors, and society needs all of these things. I mean, I'm also a retired Air Force officer, and I'm quite concerned about too narrow a preparation of the American public and threatening our democracy and those kinds of things. That doesn't change the fact, though, that the word that you see in those surveys has been with us for a long time. This has been a conversation about American higher education for a long time, right? At some point in history, employers stopped the junior executive programs and the training, and they have looked to colleges and universities and say, we expect you to do that. We at Little Penn State Schuylkill aren't in a position to change that. So what we are doing is focusing on working with our employers to help their talent pipelines and help our students be job ready.
Thank you. Now you can hear me. Thank you very much, Dr. Jones and Kate. We appreciate your time and your very good presentation. Appreciate it.